So looking at teaching standard part 2, third part, looking at how teachers must have an understanding of and always act within the statutory frameworks which set out their professional duties and responsibilities. So just going through this teaching standard here, if we just highlight here from the teaching standards, training is able to articulate and abide by the roles and responsibilities of teachers in relation to the statutory frameworks. And here just highlight the fact that an understand and always act in the frameworks which set out professional duties and responsibilities. So as an educator, it's important to recognise the roles and responsibility played throughout the school. Kel and Annette's 2009 suggests that an educator can enhance their practice by familiarising themselves with the school policies and procedures. So if we just look here was a number of key policies throughout the school at my time at the Gateway Academy, and where they were and where I can find them and how accessible they were on an internal staff file which I had access to in the school. However, also on the school website. So this was actually generated from the school's website. Just a number of key policies. So it is accessible, and it's for me. I had them and I've read through them to ensure I familiarised myself with the roles and the policies and the duties as a member of staff at the Gateway Academy. So if we look in here, we look a bit deeper into this. Was our Gateway curriculum policy. And we've just got, so it goes throughout the policy, it goes through all the different aspects, all the different subjects and what's in the curriculum at the school within the subjects. However, we're going to look slightly closer here at our PAD, look slightly at our PAD and our RTL program. So RTL is a 10-minute period at the start of the day looking at personal so it's a bit like a form time that's mainly just register. However, we have an example here of the PowerPoint we use, and we go through ensuring that I am fulfilling the responsibilities and students are on time, they've got the correct uniform, making sure that they're up to date with their homework, they've got their equipment. So it's just following that sort of excuse me. So they're just following make sure I'm following the procedures and as a role as a member of this staff there. So throughout the week, it has a number of I had a little games or a little trick like tasks to allow students to come in and be active and be ready for the day, but also any key information went on there, so I could pass and I could give out to the students. So a number of notices throughout my time was up there and ensured that I was informing the students of any key information which they might need to, so they was ready. So that was our RTL sort of time. But we also have a PAD session which is 20-25 minutes at another registration. However, throughout that time it's known as a personal and academic development. So if we just make our way down throughout that PAD time, so it's 20 minutes each day looking at the curriculum and looking at more like sort of PHSE and ensuring that we're educating our students regarding changing environment and so relationships, health, culture. Just looking at that's one of the key policies which I need to make sure that I was teaching and implemented into my time during the PAD. So if we just go down to the example PAD session. So throughout the time we just started a risk alert. So it was a confidential statement and ensuring students knew what risks are and how we can take it and so it's a risk alert. So it was just looking at how we can take risk and what the risks are out there and ensuring students are wised up about what goes on in the world and educating them through the PHSE. So I went through that with our students. So we can just see here there's a number of different things throughout the day, and it was just implementing we can see here was a true and false activity I had done with the students, and just an example of one of the whiteboards. I got them to, each student had a whiteboard and they'd either write true or false and fit the whiteboard around whatever they thought, and we had a discussion. But it was a real nice just to, as a fulfilling that responsibility, because we had a number of key discussions throughout my time as a form tutor, and there was one which we'll go on to if I can quickly, was about their brain and like a Russian roulette. Would they play it for £1? Would they play Russian roulette for £1 million? So it's a number of just key topics. However, we went through and discussed them, and allowed me to get to know a lot of the kids and fulfill that wider responsibility sort of within the school. But also during that time, PAD and RCL time, there would be a number of where you catch up with the students, any behaviour problems, and we received emails, and we had to send any of our students which were missed EPs, which I discussed in another one of my teaching standards previously. If they'd missed their EPs, that they would have to go to the college office and send them here. And here's actually one student, Billy, who's in my S3. I was in my tutor group, who I had to send off to the head of college. But also in that time, I also had to monitor and reports, giving out reports. So here was a report card which I used for one of my students, Alfie. So it's just all that time, just fulfilling that wider responsibility, and that responsibility of the roles, and ensuring that I'm maintaining all of the different policies, and because the EPs and stuff was with the behaviour policy. It's just showing how I'm really fulfilling that not wider responsibility, but fulfilling all the roles, and ensuring that I'm meeting the frameworks and duties as a teacher within the school. But so that is mainly it for the teaching standard here. We just go to my assessment profile, which we can see after the feedback. I completed safeguarding training whilst I was at the school to continue to reinforce rules and regulations implied by the school. Also led form tutor time and taken over all responsibilities and roles for the form. So it was just showing that I managed to meet that standard and were able to maintain all the roles and responsibility as a teacher within the school. But so there's the two references which I use, so feel free to go through them in more depth, and but just feel free to look through the evidence further. But yes, that's my final standard of TS Part 2.